Hey y'all. Hey Saida, how you doing? Hey Patrice. Hey Mella, how you doing? Hope you guys are having a good day today. It is hot. It's all outside today, y'all. They say the humidity level here where I live was 113 degrees, child. 113 degrees. Woo, honey. I had to come home though so I could do this video. So let me tell y'all what's going on. I want to have a conversation today about black people dehumanizing other black people, right? So I was on a before I decided to go live or whatever when I was getting ready to get set up, I saw a video going down my timeline from Hey Southern, Hey Granny Mom, from Black Woman Sphere, right? And she was talking about when Cynthia G did that video, telling people to abort, telling women to, if they find themselves pregnant, and it is a male child, a black male child, abort that black child. And so now, I listened to the video when, like I said, Woman's First Sandwich. Hey, Sheba, she didn't agree with that. I'll listen, all that, right? She said she even texted her. She said she got screenshots of people going around hashtagging, abort, hashtag abort black male babies or something like that. I was like, oh my God. Hey, iPhone user, I did a video about that. And so, but now, evidently because of that, she's going to be doing a video tomorrow. Let me show y'all. She's going to be doing a video tomorrow. And oh, did I not? Oh yeah, I did. I downloaded it. Here it go, right here. So this is going to be her title of the video tomorrow. Is Cynthia G a eugenicist? Well, now via her commentary, it sounds like you were trying to be a eugenicist. Hey, Aries. Oh, anytime you go around telling black women that they find themselves pregnant and they find out it's a male child to abort that black male baby, then yeah, you're talking eugenics, Cynthia. Yes, you are. So anyway, this video that she's got scheduled for tomorrow. And I put a question in the corner of this is the thumbnail that she's got up, by the way. And so I put the little question on the sides and I said, were they really hashtagging abort black male babies? Did any of you guys see that hashtag? Because it is absolutely disgusting. She says Taz and Nyla was backing her up on her telling black women to abort black male babies. It's absolutely disgusting. So like I said, I saw this going down my timeline before I was getting ready to start this video, and I wasn't even looking for nothing like this. But the reason why I was going to do the video today, is because I want to talk about black people dehumanizing black people, right? So earlier today, way before I was getting ready to do this video, I was at my niece's house and I was listening to a little bit of Atari and her video over there. Hey, guy, I can see take over. Um, hey, and she was talking. They were talking about the misogynistic, gay men or misogynistic black men in general, right? And so at one point in the conversation, Ganaka said, "Thank you for speaking on this. It has gone too far. It's showing up in my is that right, Ganaka?" Said, girl. But hey, everybody, Southern Angie C, Free is the win. I think I saw Free is the win over there. Were you over there earlier? Free is the win. But anyway, y'all. So I'm listening to him, right? And that is the reason why I want to talk about the video, right? Because at one point in time, they started, and this goes into the Cynthia G saying abort black male babies. All of this is the dehumanization, even, from black people by black, we are dehumanizing each other, right? And that is all part of the global system of white supremacy, race ism, right? And we're gonna talk about isms as well, right? And so, but when it comes to Cynthia G, I'm figuring she's gonna try to walk this back because people have been writing her about this. Now I don't know if this is affected her being on the Fox Soul thing or anything like that. But when you go around saying abort black male babies, there's something deeply, deeply wrong with you mentally, right? And so we all know now. So I'm thinking oh, and she was also mentioned on the Tari's video, and I told that lady, it was somebody over there. I don't see how people support her, but they were talking about, her videos, whatever, this, that, and the other, and they don't even realize that the thing that scares me is that a lot of people don't even realize this girl, this woman here, she don't do this but for nothing but the bag, right? She is, it's just everything she say. She is very contradictory. Years ago when I first found out about these spaces on YouTube, she was talking, about she was speaking out against white supremacy racism, right? Um, and then she lost the channel. And she came back and she started talking about, that's when she started talking about the Dusties, right? She was anti-black men, but it really is just for the bad because this is her way of life, and now she's so anti-black men. But if you're so anti-black men, Cynthia, why is it that you laid up with a breeder? You laid up with a whole human breeder and had a baby, allegedly, Robert Perkins. Now he is a whole breeder. Don't he got like 5 or 6 kids? You picked up and moved across country. You moved from Seattle, Washington to down south to be close, allegedly, to close to this Robert Perkins guy, your baby daddy, allegedly. And I'm saying allegedly because I ain't never seen a photo. You know what I mean? But I do remember when they were, flirting back and forth online with one another and all of this and all that, right? I remember that. And so they say allegedly she has a baby. Now, woman's for, I believe she said she has a daughter. I believe she said she's seen a picture of her daughter or something like that. Now, excuse me if I'm wrong, but I think I heard woman's first say that, but I could be wrong. But I thought that's where I heard it from. If I didn't hear it from her, I heard it from somebody else. Patrice said, I see if she was talking about the hood boogers that be destroying the community, but all black males. Well now here's the thing about dehumanizing. Even when you say use that word hood booger and you say destroying the community, that's dehumanizing, right? And this is part of the reason why I want to talk about us black people dehumanizing other black people, right? Dehumanizing is not taking a value away um from somebody's life, right? Now I understand, now we got a lot of black, we know the manosphere minded men, they hate black women to the point to where it's gotten so bad and they've done it for so long that people have taken to try to harm black women, offline. We're hearing about the 5.5, every 5.5 hours, a black woman is being, killed, mostly in part via domestic violence at the hand of a black man, all of this and all of that. And then you got women on here like Cynthia G saying abort black babies, black male babies. We got a lot of, black female banging and a lot of black male banging, right? And so it's all dehumanizing, right? Now here's the thing. I realize that some of the stuff that go on and that's said around here is just nothing more than YouTube talking points. But for some people, especially other races of people, it's about more than YouTube talking points. Let me give you an example. So while I was listening to Atari's video today, at one point in time, I don't know, I think the George Floyd came up, right? And I think before that we were talking about the Black Lives Matter movement. We was talking about, and we all know that our Black Lives Matter, right? We know that, right? But the women, that created the Black Lives Matter movement, come to find out they was just scamming. You know what I mean? Hey, Free Thinker, how you doing, girl? Some of the title. You think some of the title is missing? What? Type out to me what the title says, Staff J. Could you type the title out for me? Because I might have typed it out wrong. Who knows? Who knows with me, child? But if I did it wrong, I'll go back and reach it. I'll fix it, child. I'll fix it. I thought I did it right. But anyway, ooh, I lost my train of thought. Y'all made me lose my train of thought. Okay, so yeah, the subject of the Black Lives Matter movement came up in reference to George Floyd, right? And I was up there and I said that, come to find out the Black Lives Matter movement, the women that started that, they took the monies, when they blew it on $1 million mansions and all this and all that. And for that part of the movement, it was a scam, right? And so, but we all know that our Black Lives Matter. But come to find out, it was a scam, right? So during the course of that conversation, they started talking about George Floyd, right? And the dehumanization came in when they were saying, thank you, Free as a Win. Thank you, child. Thank you. Thank you. The dehumanization, I think it's Miss, oh, I read that. The dehumanization part for me came in when they were saying that, it was, they were saying that when people were marching, in protest of what happened to George Floyd, that it was a black male worship, right? Now, so hey, Koja, and so I'm hoping that uh I'm hoping that um that was simply more a YouTube talking point. But anyway, for you to say that when people were protesting, because people protested around the world for George Floyd, and it wasn't black male worship. People were protesting around the world, all different races of people. And the reason why that happened is not because of black male worship, it's because of people seeing a man, a human being, kneed to death, smothered to death with a knee, live, live in action. You know what I mean? Like they literally, somebody literally feel the whole that they seen him be life being squeezed out of his body via a knee in real time, right? And so those, I don't know what you're talking about. Black men showed up at the mixer event because black women have been what mixer event? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, but when you say that you weren't gonna march for him, and I think they said something about, and that's absolutely your choice. But to say that online, for because you never know, who's listening, and I noticed that there are a lot of Anglo trolls. They're all around, but they be actively participating in a Tori's chat, because she welcomes them over there, and it's absolutely her right to do. But to say, but to me, it's making light of a human being's murder. Like they saw him murder. We all saw him murdered in real time, right? So to me, it would have been the same marching going on if it was an Anglo man or an Asian man or an East Indian man or Hispanic man or whatever type of man. When some human beings, everybody's not desensitized, right? And everybody don't go around dehumanizing people. But when you say something like what Cynthia G, abort black male babies, or you a black person and you saying, well, I wouldn't have marched for him and this black male worship and all of this and all that. What you're doing is you're dehumanizing your own people, and you're actually dehumanizing yourself, and you're actually doing the work for white supremacy racism, right? Now, I realized that sometime my last couple of videos, uh sometimes when I get to talking, I get to realizing that a lot of people have not done a lot of reading, have not taken any classes when it comes to some of the things that I'm talking about, right? But before I get to that, and because of that, there's different levels to things. And so my last two videos, I should have started out talking about why it is why I say the things that I say, and the reasoning behind it, right? Because a lot of people get the system of white supremacy racism mixed up with racism, right? They get the system of white supremacy race actually mixed up with racism. And I'm gonna tell you the difference between that, right? So but we're going to explain the ism, right? So before that, let me ask you this. So round, was it 2012, 2013? We know that this man's George Zimmerman. He pretty much hunted down and killed this child, Trayvon Martin, right? So, ma'am, unfortunately, I'm in my late 30s, and women under Me don't care anymore. I mean, I see. Here's the thing. I'm not even talking about caring about just about men. When I say I'm talking about being desensitized to death and in general, right? If you get to the point in your life and your mindset where you don't give a darn about human life, okay, no matter the color of the skin, human life in general, right? You just really need to check yourself and see what's going on, right? Because we are not supposed to be soulless people, right? So when you see a man being kneed to death or a woman or whoever, because they also talked about the fact that, they felt like Breonna Taylor wasn't advocated enough for, protested enough for. We know that's not true. Also, and then now I heard a lot of men online trying to explain that away. The whole thing is dehumanizing, right? To make light of death, in general. Like I said, I don't care who it is. I'm not a dehumanized individual. So when I see a man or a woman being killed by the system because of the system, I'm gonna feel a way about it, right? And I don't. It's just how I feel, Girl, I'm sick of her. Oh, no. So anyway, yeah, I'm talking about dehumanization. That's what I'm talking about. And so and it's unfortunate that you in your late 30s and people don't have no regard for human life anymore. And that is called, it's a what was I, it say in the end times there will be no natural man will have no natural affinity towards man. And what that means is that people really won't care about people anymore at all, and that is in my opinion, that is talking about dehumanization and desensitization to human life. And that is a problem when you have become numb to murder. And really, we're seeing that actually happen in real time. We just saw what happened in Buffalo at that supermarket. We saw those babies being shot down in Uvalde, Texas. So on and so on, right? It's not about men. I'm not talking about men right now. Free as the wind. I'm not. I don't think you understand when I first came on. I'm talking about the desensitization, how people have become desensitized to human life. That is what I'm talking about. Maybe you came in late. I'm talking about people dehumanizing people, right? So when your own race of people feel that seeing somebody murdered in real time is not an issue because you want a black woman, because black men have banged you on YouTube, and you want to bang the black men. When you decrease human life to a talking point, that's an issue for me, right? Because I am not desensitized and I don't believe in dehumanization. Just like I was appalled by that Cynthia G thing about the abort black male babies thing. I'm appalled when people, when you dehumanize a situation like that. Like I said, it could have been anybody. It didn't have to be just a man. It could have been a woman. I still would have felt the same way. Like you saw a person murdered in real time. Like I don't understand what the problem is here. But anyway, I need this to occur for me. To occur, occur because of me. Now, yeah, that's true. That's right. Free think. I don't know, need nobody else to see my soul. My spirit is intact. And so because I know that it's something greater than me. That is why I will not become desensitized to any type of murder, coming from anybody, and I especially won't be working for a freaking system because that's what that system wants you to do, right? And so anyway, like I'm saying, so when this man hunted down this boy because he was going to the store. Now he's 17 years old. He ain't got no baby mamas. Real smart little fella. So, but because he's a young black boy, I guess a lot of people was black male worshiping when we felt bad because this child, was hunted down by this grown ass man right here, and killed. Is that the way? Is that the way we're thinking? I'm just can somebody answer that for me? So if I feel empathy towards the murder of this child, I am black male worshiping. I'm just wanting to know. Can you answer that for me? Anybody? Is it black male worship because I feel empathy because this child was going to the store minding his own business, wasn't bothering nobody, wasn't beating on no woman, wasn't participating in the 5.5 hours, ain't got no baby mamas nowhere, ain't online bashing black women. He was going to the store to buy some Skittles, and he was murdered by this man. So I'm wondering, is that black male worship? Because I felt bad because his child was murdered. He happened to be a black boy, so I'm wondering, is that black male worship? That's all I want to know. You know, cause that's the shit. And if I don't care about that, and I make light of it online, and I call it black male worship because I care about this child being killed, that is me being desensitized, and that is me dehumanizing the life of this 17-year-old boy. That's what that means. That's what that means. So that makes me no different from the ones that are doing it, right? I'm just asking. I feel something every time I see Black Life taping. I march for Sandra. And then they were saying, yeah, and they were feeling like black women don't get that kind of treatment, but we have seen a lot of movements for women. Like they mentioned Sandra Bland. I'm thinking, did they not see all that was done for Sandra? There was an HBO documentary right now about Sandra Bland, Corrine Gaines. Oh my God, she's a freaking hero. Her baby got shot when the police shot, shot through her house. And like Breonna Taylor, they still trying to seek justice for Breonna Taylor. You know what I mean? And then a lot of these women on here, have children. So I'm thinking, well, okay, so I couldn't feel bad because I saw a man's life taken away from him. He was smothered to death with a knee. He even urinated on himself. And so I'm confused. But I guess that's black male worship. Go figure. Okay? When Breonna Taylor was shot in her house, they was woke up by the police banging on their door, kicking in their door, and immediately shooting her. I felt bad for her. Moreover, I wasn't desensitized or dehumanized by it. Every time a black male, a black person is taken up out of here because of the system of white supremacy race, I feel bad. Yeah, Tamir Rice was 11 years old. But now, if I feel sorry for that, it's black male bank. It's black male worship, right? Okay. I'm just wondering. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm just wondering. Because, see, that is when you don't feel bad about situations like this. You don't even know. What you don't realize is you could go out of your house as a black person and be shot for no reason at all. There's a woman named Tatiana Jefferson. She was shot in her own home after she called the police because she heard some noises outside of her house. The police officer proceeded to shoot in her windows and shot her dead, and her nephew, I believe, was in there, little boy. you know. So yeah, every time I get online and I see that another black woman has been killed on here for especially these black little teenagers that they killing, you know, I feel bad about that. I'm not desensitized to violence. I'm especially not desensitized when it comes to the violence perpetrated amongst our own people, you know. And I also feel bad that younger people evidently are being desensitized. They don't even reason. They don't even realize that they have been uneducated to the point to where they are doing the work for white supremacy racism, right? For white supremacy race, right? But I want to mention that real fast because that is a scary situation that we are going towards when we are in these circles and we start not current when we start saying out loud because if George Floyd was in, say he was an Anglo and the officer was black, would you still have said, well, I'm not going to do all this and all that for him because he had a white girlfriend and, all of this and all of that there. You know what I mean? It's the fact that he was kneed to death and his life was taken in front of the world. It wasn't about who he was dating for me. Because I don't want that to happen to me. And it could very well happen to me as being black in the United States of America. Now I thought I got this whole thing, but I chopped it off at the bottom, and it said this article was done in 2020. It says in the 8 years. Now this is 2020, right? In the 8 years and 3 months between the deaths of Martin and George Floyd over 100 unarmed black men, women, and children have been killed. Now this was 2020. There have been over 100 unarmed black men and women and children murdered via the system, right? And so my thing is, when you take the time and you feel so comfortable to say something like that, do you not realize that you got a target on your back too, black woman, just like the black man do? Are you so uneducated to the point to where you don't realize that you are in danger as well? I'm just wondering, So I really want to talk about dehumanization, because I'm hoping that you just online saying this stuff, and that's really not where your soul is, right? I'm hoping you just online saying this stuff, and this is not where your soul is. Now we know that we see, we done got to the point to where you're not only talking about abort black male babies. You don't care. You don't care if you see a human being smothered to death. In the street. When it comes to these men, they don't care. If you take care of your kids, they abandon their families. They don't protect the community. All of this here and all of that there. Like, okay, and like I said, there's a scripture that says, towards the end times, human beings will have no natural affinity towards other human beings, which means that you have been desensitized to all types of murder, right? I'm just saying. So anyway, I just want to mention it, yeah, because I was really shook by that. I'm shook by some of the stuff that come out of people's mouths. Because you can speak a thing into existence, right? And you can prop it up and keep uplifting it, right? Because we know this, right? So let's talk about what an ism is. And I want to talk about what an ism is in reference to um the black people dehumanizing and being desensitized to other black people, men, women, and children, when it comes to death, right? Because what you are doing is you have become a tool for the system of white supremacy race, right? A tool in the toolbox when it comes to the system of white supremacy, right? So an ism is, and when the term racism, first it was called white. We know that they consider themselves to be the superior race, right? They consider themselves to be the supreme right or race. So the original term is white supremacy race, right? But they dropped the E and they put the ism on the end of it. Now, what is ism? And the reason why it is now called white supremacy race ism, it is because racism is a system. So I want to pull up Merriam-Webster, because like I said, when I come on here talking, sometimes I think people think that I am talking about, I have a deep hate for all Anglo people, and all of this and all that. And that is not what I mean when I'm speaking of facts about these people. I am speaking truth to the system of white supremacy racism, right? So what is an ism? An ism is a distinct doctrine, a system, or a theory, right? A doctrine, the doctrine of I'm trying to read this. The doctrine is their doctrine is the belief that they are what? The supreme race, right? They have to lord over everybody, right? They have to rule over everybody, right? A system. We're talking about the system of white supremacy racism, right? We're talking about the theory. In my mind, it is simply a theory that they have formed in their minds that they are the superior race, right? So that's what when you drop the e in race and you add the ism, you have now turned that race into a system, a doctrine, or a theory. Hence the term white supremacy racism, right? And when you have a group of people working for this system that is working to destroy you, that is called a multi-generational trauma. The system doesn't have to attack you all the time itself, because the system now has you working for it, for your own demise, right? So when I come on here, like the last couple of videos, and I was talking about whatever I was saying in the last two videos about the Anglos, right? What I'm talking about is they are tools, they are pawns, because the system of white supremacy racism actually affects Anglo people too, via multi-generational trauma. And in this country, the multi-generational trauma that I'm talking about is the multi-generational trauma of chattel slavery, right? Now we know that they reaped all the benefits, but even before then, this system was in place. That is why it is against them as well. Because actually, this system was started over there in Europe amongst themselves, right? It even before, not even it was started with them. Just let me say that, because people think that slavery began when the first Africans were taken from their homeland and they were brought to these American shores, and they were turned into chattel slaves, right? And that is not true. Actually, even before the 1600s, in the 1400s, some explorers went to Africa, and they brought back, I think it was like, was it 20 or 30 Africans? They took them to the Vatican in Italy, and they gifted these Africans to the Pope, right? And for years, these Africans, did, worked, and, they performed, functions for free. Of course, they didn't have to get paid. They weren't Catholics. They were slaves, right? And so, by the time what is his name started to explore, a lot of people started to explore the Americas, because they were searching for gold and other types of minerals, to let their land make their land become wealthy, right? So after the Pope had his little slaves or whatever, right? So he went on to say that if you have to enslave people for free labor, um let it be the African peoples, right? It was the Portuguese. Then it was the uh, Portuguese, i.e., Spaniards, the Hispanics, of course, the Europeans, the Swedes, the Dutch, and whoever else, right? So this system of slavery became very popular because it became a source of economic empowerment. So the first slaves were used for free labor and economics, right? So it went on, but after the Pope made the decree, a lot of people found out about it. So by the time, what is his name? By the time, whatever his name is, and say he found America, which he didn't. By the time he found out about it, and the trade was getting more popular because it had become popular with the Pope. He made that decree. It became popular in Europe. I guess indentured servitude, right? Indentured servitude, is far cry is way different when it comes to chattel slavery, right? You could work your time like indentured service. A lot of European indentured service. Christopher Columbus, thank you, Southern. um you know, like say they was caught stealing or something, and they you had to be in indentured servitude for 7 years, you know, and at the end of that 7 years or so, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever, how many years, at the end of that sentence, you were, you know, you were free to go on about your business, to the point to where a lot of people, a some of the when it came to chattel slavery here in America, some of those indentured servants went on to be the overseers for some of these plantations, right? Especially the Irish, because we know at that point in time, um, England, the Queen, still ruled heavy-handedly over Ireland, and that's another. That is one example of how the system of white supremacy racism affects Anglo people as well. When you start talking about Ireland, and that's another whole subject at all, altogether, right? So anyway, after that, like I said, the Pope had them first. He decreed that if you want to use them for an economic source, let it be the Africans. So it went from just only free labor for the Pope to a economic staple, right? Because we know that when you get people to do the work for free and you don't have to pay for it, you know, you are turning a profit, you know, because people are working for free. So that's an economic empowerment, if you will, right? So it went from economic empowerment to religion, right? And why I say it went from economic power to religion is because the Pope sanctified it, and then the Puritans came over here on these shores, and they had a whole slave Bible, and they and all the you know people that were involved with chattel slavery weren't only Europeans over here. We know that the American Indians had slaves, and you know everybody was, you know, gaining economic empowerment off the backs of black people, except for black people. We know that, right? And so like I said, it went from a labor class, economic source, to to um to a to them justifying it in religion, right? They had a whole slave Bible. They would manipulate the scriptures, like in, I think it's in Romans or Deuteronomy, where it says, you know, you should, serve your master, faithfully serve your master, or whatever the hell it says, and so they made it a they put the religious spin on it, right? So the system of white supremacy is growing, it's getting stronger and stronger. This whole time they're garnering wealth. And by this time, they've garnered so much wealth, and I'm talking about the Anglo, that he has unmasked, to this day. There is, what did they say, about 97, 98% of the world's wealth is owned by um white supremacy racism. Is owned by the system, right? It's still owned by the system even to this day. This is how much they got out of slavery, right? Not only here in the Americas, in South, in South America, and the sugar fields of the Caribbean islands, and just all over everywhere. People were the Arabs, and the Arabs did it first. The Arabs had actually participated in slavery first, even before Africans were gifted, if you will, to the Pope. The Arabs actually, and even to this day, the Arabs still participate in slavery, even to this day. But the Arabs enslaved African peoples first. And so, yeah, even before chattel slavery. So, anyway, I really want to, and when I talk about the system of white supremacy race versus racism, let's get back to the ism. Because I'm trying to explain to y'all when I come on here and I say what I say, and some people may have never heard what I said before. Some people might not understand why I'm saying it. Some people say, oh, she just racist. Oh, she just, blah, 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 blah. But what I'm not talking about an individual person, I'm talking about the system. That is the reason why I want to come on and talk about this, right? Because I feel like that ties into the dehumanizing of black people, because like I said, black people, or a lot of black people, are not educated when it comes to the system of white supremacy racism. They don't understand how diabolical it is. And when you go around dehumanizing each other to the point where you don't care about somebody being dead, be it man or woman, you're actually working for the system, right? Because we've seen this before in history. When you can dehumanize a people, you can mass murder a people. We've seen this done in Nazi Germany. They dehumanized the Jewish people, and because they dehumanized those Jewish people, they were able to walk them in concentration camps and kill 6 million of them, they say, but it's probably more than that. And kill 6 million of them because they weren't seen as human beings, right? That was a ism. And when it comes to black people, we know that we endured over 400 years of slavery. Now, over 200 years of chattel slavery here in America, but altogether over 400 years of slavery. Even to this day, we're still under a form of oppression, not only in this country, but throughout the diaspora. We know that, even to this day. But especially here in the United States of America, it is still just as oppressive in many ways as it ever was. There is still a clause for slavery in the Constitution of the United States of America. You know, it says peoples is free from slavery unless you are imprisoned or something like that. Hence mass incarceration. You're going right back to the plantation. you know. But it's all these things that you have to be aware of, because, like I said, while you run around dehumanizing each other, you're really dehumanizing yourself. And since we've seen it been done before, evidently we didn't learn from that. And even before the Holocaust, or was it they estimate that under King Leopold, more than 20 million or so, at least, I'm gonna say at least 20 million Africans were put to death under King Leopold, and that is known as the first Holocaust, right? The first one recorded anyway. Way more than 6 million. But people didn't learn from that. And then we got the Holocaust, the Jewish Holocaust, and we have been going under a type of Holocaust when it comes to African peoples, and we are descended from Africa. If you are a ADOS American, whether you want to admit it or not, you are descended from Africa, because a lot of us don't like to talk about that or even recognize it. They would rather say my people was already here. My people didn't come from Africa. They came from they were Indians. And I'm thinking um that could be true, but those Indians found the Americas. Though those Indians were descendants of black African sailors and explorers and stuff like that. So okay, all right. But anyway, when it comes to the system of white supremacy race, it is oppressive. Like we talked about the labor class. We talked about the labor class leading to economic empowerment. When it comes to the system of white supremacy race, how it affects even the Anglo, and we talked about it mutating into having to be justified to the world. Just like Hitler tried to justify what he did to the Jews. Now we were seeing this over and over again, right? And he wanted a pure race, a pure, supreme race. White supremacy race is the same thing. They want a pure white race. He wanted a pure white race. Are y'all getting the similarities here when it comes to dehumanization? That's what I'm trying to tie together, right? And so and they already think that they're superior, but it is one part. There is one part where they can't reconcile their minds. They're not superior in all things, right? So, like I said, we've seen the system not, I don't even want to say transform. I want to say mutate itself, right, or replicate itself, right? I don't know if you guys ever heard of that show. I used to look at it when I was little. It was called the $6 million Man. It's like, we can rebuild him. We have the technology and all of this and all that, right? And so they modified this human being, Steve Austin or whatever, right? And he was better, stronger, and faster, right? So the system keeps getting better, stronger, and faster, when it comes to them, to the point to where present day, post chattel slavery, decades and decades after chattel slavery, decades and decades after Jim Crow, the slave codes, Jim Crow era, the lynchings, everything that our people have been through in this country, everything that we don't want to talk about, even to this day, like we talked about earlier about black people being, murdered in the streets like dogs. All of that is working for the system. All of that is making the system stronger to the point to where now they really don't even have to dehumanize you. They don't have to do it, because a lot of us are doing it to ourselves, right? And so, especially when it comes to this social media, and ain't no telling who listening around the world to black people say that I don't care about George Floyd getting killed. I don't care that he was kneed to death in front of the world. But then you had the whole world upset about seeing it in real time. But your black ass ain't upset about it, right? I don't understand that. I don't get that. You know. And so Southern says WP have stolen knowledge. However, I don't blame them. If I guess black people don't care about our culture, and it's constantly up for grabs. It is what it is. Well, now see, here's the thing. I don't even think that. Yes, they have stolen and they continue to steal. I don't know if black people. If you say black people don't care, you know what I mean. I guess a lot of them don't. But I'm thinking that I'm hoping that a lot of them just suffer from a lack of knowledge. I'm hoping that a lot of them. It's not that they don't care. It's just that they suffer from a lack of knowledge. Because I truly believe if you knew who you were, you wouldn't be saying things like abort male black babies. You wouldn't be saying, not giving a darn when somebody is kneed to death in the middle of the street. Doesn't matter if it's a black man. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be saying things like that. You know what I mean? If you knew that you were under attack, right? If you knew that it is a war against you, if you knew that you were a pawn working for the system, you're nothing more than a tool. So when black men get on here and call for the death of black women, and black women get on here and call for the death of black male babies, and not give a darn if men, are shot down in the street, when people pay more attention to black males being gunned down the street as opposed to the same things happening to black women. Because for me, one is too much, right? One man getting killed unjustly, one woman, one child, just one person in general, getting killed unjustly via the system of white supremacy, racism. One is enough for me. Just one. I don't care what gender you are. One is enough for me. One is too much. you know. But what you're doing is when you say stuff like that, you're uplifting that system. You are working for that system. So it means you're really hustling backwards because you are working against yourself. And that is crazy to me. I don't understand that. So as time went on, I told you about the labor class, the economic class, the religious class, right? So they're doing all this raping and pillaging and plundering. They got the plantations going. The economic source is strong. Not only strong for the Americas, but whoever else done invaded and looted and stripped Africa of its natural resources, mainly gold and silver. And diamonds. Let's not forget about the blood diamonds, right? So everybody's gotten fat. All these other countries have gotten fat because they've looted Africa. And not only that, they take the gold, the silver, the diamonds, and then they went to taking the human beings and using them for forced labor. So they came around there, they left the continent with the loot, with the natural resources, and then they took the people too, so that the people can make them more money. Imagine that. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. I agree with that, free thinker. I agree with that. You know, and so I hear you, coach. But like I said, I'm really talking about a system. I don't like when people be narrow minded, because right now I'm not just talking about men. I'm not just talking about the murder of men, or even the murder of women or children. I'm talking about working for the system. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the system, right? And I don't even know what you meant by you support sperm banks, because I'm talking about the system and black people dehumanizing other black people, working for the system willingly or by force, willingly or not by force, willingly or because you're ignorant and you don't know your history. You know, that's what I'm talking about. You know, because sometimes it seems to me that a whole lot of people is real flip about a whole lot of stuff, because they've been on YouTube for years and years and years speaking up on the same talking points. You know, and I'm hoping they just using it as talking points and they don't really mean like it, because a lot of these people on here have children, girls and boys, you know. That's just what I'm, hey, but okay. But I'm talking about working for the system, right? So anyway, as the system evolved, it evolved to the point to where now it's dominated economy. It's dominated forced labor. It's dominated religion via Christianity. And now they are trying to dominate biology, right? Now, biology, how they're trying to, one way that they are trying to conquer biology is to keep the melanated man and the melanated woman via propaganda, via self hate, via whatever it is, via, wanting to put misplaced anger on women. We see black men do that all the time. We see women, angry at men because they've been done wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I always advocate for divesting from any type of abuse, right? If you are a woman, because we know that it is incredible to me the amount of black men that help the system, and the women are coming up from the rear. You see what I'm saying? So just as much black male banging that's going on around here, just as much black female banging. I knocked myself out the studio, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Oh Lord. Y'all hit the one if y'all can hear. Somebody let me know if you can hear me, right? Because I knocked myself out the thing. Shoot. I think y'all can hear me. But anyway, shoot. Child, I be on this phone and my fingers be hitting the thing. Let me set this phone down before I knock myself the other day. I knock. Y'all let me know if y'all can anybody get some Koja, can you? Okay, y'all can hear me. Thank you. The thing is a little slow. Yeah, um thank you, B Boo. Child, knock myself out again. Do y'all remember? I don't know if any of y'all was on here yesterday. I mean the other day, but I ended the whole live. My finger hit the wrong button. I ended the whole live. I said, let me set this phone down. Child. Anyway. Forgot where I was. I'm sorry. Give me a minute. I was like, oh man. And I hate to leave a live and say I said bye. Anyway, move right along. Move right along. Move right along. Let me get my right, people. Let me get my mind back in order. That threw me all the way out. Wooch. Yeah. But anyway, so they went from conquering economics, the global economy. And I'm talking about the system of white supremacy, racism. We're talking about the system. We're not talking about an individual, right? We are talking about a system. right? That's what we're talking about, right? Anyway, um, so they done dominated globally, they done dominated religiously, and now they want to figure out how to dominate biologically, right? So that brings me back around. Thank you, Miss Philadelphia. That brings me back around to what I was talking about the other day. I had a couple of comments under that video because I don't know if they were Anglo trolls or just sleep black people, because I mentioned that a lot of people got angry because I was saying that I was giving some people the origin when it comes to the fact that some Anglos still have Neanderthal DNA. They are genetic mutations of black people. Some people don't like to hear stuff like that. We know that black people like to live in a fantasy world. They would rather attack themselves as opposed to deal with the real enemy. And so for that reason, a lot of people didn't appreciate me saying that. But like I said, and that's why I did this video today. I was like, well, let me backtrack, because everybody have not read some of the things that I've read, right? So when I'm talking about that, when I'm talking like that, I'm not talking about an individual people. I'm talking about the system. That is what I'm talking about. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I don't spend my time. I'm not sitting at my breakfast table in the morning, sitting there drinking coffee, saying, how many Anglos can I hate today? I'm not sitting there saying it. It ain't that deep for me, right? It might be that deep for some of them, but trust me, it ain't that deep for me. I don't have time for that sort of thing, right? So anyway, um, yeah, I want to mention that. So when it comes to biology, they are trying to figure out, I guess it's supposed to be the last frontier or whatever, right? Now we know that they started realizing um the difference when it comes to them being able to breed, and the difference between melanated people being able to breed, right? Being able to procreate, right? Because they have always had lower numbers when it comes to the birth rate, right? So, but when it comes but that and then my thing is when it comes to biology, you are so greedy. Now we know that when it comes to white supremacy, racism, and in the looting and pilfering of every continent, we know that we have ozone problems now. We have a global warming issue because these people are too, stingy and selfish to do the right thing. I'm not saying black men and women support that system. Actually, yeah, yeah, black men and women support it. You're absolutely right, free is the win. Uh huh. Hmm. I agree. Hmm. You will not believe the number of parents that allow their students to choose if they want to come to school or do the work. No, I would not believe that. I can't imagine. Because everything that's a school age around here in this family, it go to school. That's what it's gonna do. Black empowerment is a new hustle at this point. Yeah, a lot of people use black empowerment as a hustle, just like a lot of people use black male banging as a hustle, black female banging is a hustle. Cynthia G is master at that, and a lot of people really hang on every word, and she doing it for a bag. She is so contradictory. First, she talked about black empowerment. She spoke out about white supremacy, racism. Then, when they snatched her channel, she started banging on black men. You know, and that's to the, but it's more. But when she started banging on black men, I mean, she's really into that, and the reason why she's really good at it, in my opinion, is because a lot of that stuff is personal. Like I said, and then if she really didn't believe, if she was really anti-Dusty, why would you go out and have a whole baby allegedly by a breeder, by a Dusty, by a breeder? It don't make sense. That's right. Black trauma is used by hustle. Thank you for saying the Aries Queen. Not only when it comes to black people, some black people, but it also the Anglos are now catching on to the hustle. We saw. I played the audio of the video the other day when those Anglo TikTokers. That's what I was talking about the other day. Those Anglo TikTokers telling off these manosphere minded men, saying that they are sick of all these whining manosphere-minded men whining about black women and all of this and all that. And my question to those videos was, why didn't they speak that passionately about racism? Why don't they speak that passionately about oppression? Why don't they speak that passionately about the system of white supremacy racism? And you know why? It's because they still benefit from it. That's why they're still reaping the spoils of that system right there, right to this day. Right, even to this day, we are commodities. Even though when it comes to biology, this is what I want to get to, because to me, this is the last frontier. Right, they have emasculated and feel as though and have defeated the black man to the point to where of course he voluntarily in his mind doesn't care about the black woman anyway. And most of them they left to she's absolutely just as bad as Tariq Nasheed. Her and Tariq Nasheed got into it a long time ago. Do y'all remember that? And there's no proof she has. Yeah, there's no proof. That's why I said allegedly. That's why I said allegedly. But she did move from Seattle down there to be next to him, because she didn't keep that a secret. Not that part she didn't. She talked about her move and all of that stuff. And so, yeah, we know she moved. We know that. And so, what was I talking? What was I saying? Yeah, they want to conquer biology, right? And they're trying to conquer biology. Now that started when Charles Darwin posted that book about his theory on evolution, right? And the reason why he wrote that book about evolution is because he was a eugenicist like Margaret Sanger, right? Now we know that Cynthia G, she sounded like a lot. She sounded a lot like Margaret Sanger, right? But Margaret Sanger, wanted to introduce abortion, in black communities in general at first, right? Because she wanted these black women to feel safe getting rid of these babies, not because she cared about them. It's because she wanted to slow down the birth rate, right? Because like I said, they don't procreate as fast as we do. They don't regenerate. I'm trying to put this in clean terms, as fast as we do. Okay, I bet we make more baby kids than they make baby kids, right? So she wanted to slow that down, right? So she started preaching eugenics, right? And so when you hear Cynthia G say something about abort black male babies, that is preaching eugenics. That's why I guess you heard Woman's Free, like I said, video earlier today, and now she's gonna the thing I showed y'all, the thumbnail is Cynthia G, a eugenicist. I mean, you probably just said it for the bag. You probably didn't mean it anyway, and then maybe you did, because you told us your childhood, all this and all that. And girl, it's just you pretty much twerking for the bag, though. It's just like a lot of people take you seriously, and you still just twerking for the bag. Like she literally don't give a damn. And so, it just is what it is. But when it comes to biology and the Anglo want to conquer that, like I said, it started way back with Margaret Sanger and the eugenicist movement. Charles Darwin did his theory, and we're supposed to have evolved from the ape, right? I'm thinking, well, how was people believing that, if we evolved from the apes, if there are still apes? Like, make it make sense. So was it a certain type of ape, and then the other apes are still apes? So was it supposed to be every ape in general? Like, I'm confused about that, but okay. So how do you feel about the current argument about Roe v. Wade? I think nobody has the right to police a woman's body. That's how I feel about it. But the Anglo is wanting to police the Anglo is wanting to police these Anglo women's bodies because of the birth rate. See, they're not worried about babies being aborted. They are worried about their numbers. There is always, how can you be a superior race if you don't have the numbers for it? And that is another reason why they're trying to come for biology, right? We talked about Darwin, we talked about eugenics. We got the propaganda machine working hard. We got black men against black women. We got black men breeding, with other races of women. We got women black women breeding with other races of men. At the same time, we got the abortion rates at an all-time high in our community. But like I said, a lot of women are opting out of raising children, especially by themselves, and they are instead embarking, instead of having to raise a family, they are choosing career, and they are choosing school education over doing it, and it's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Nobody has a right to police your body. Nobody. But they're really not even worried about your black bodies. They're worried about those Anglo women's bodies. That's what they want to police. That's why they want them to have them babies. They don't care if they was raped. They don't care if it's incest. They want them. They want them numbers. That's what that is them playing with biology again. All right. I also feel that they was playing biology with another incident that we just went throughout the whole world. I think that was biology. I'm just gonna leave that alone. But now, like I said, we got the man and the woman via this social media thing, going at each other's throat. That's right, mistreatment in the medical community. Have you guys read that book called Medical Apartheid? If you haven't, you ought to read it. It could be a audio version of it here on YouTube. Medical Apartheid is something else. It is something else. If sin was divested, I would understand, but she swears by black. You got that right, Southern. So her vitriol comes from experience. Well, yeah, I think that her vitriol actually comes from her childhood. I think she's got so much vitriol against black men because of her childhood trauma. That's what I think. Like, honestly. Because if you guys were around back then, she spoke on her childhood trauma. And I felt bad for her. And I still feel bad for that little girl in her that probably never got any help because of her childhood trauma. You know. Yeah, black men and black women. You got black male bangers. The black men, shoot, they've been banging on black women far longer than women really been banging on them. So they've been working for the system, for white supremacy, in my opinion, longer than the black woman has, because the black woman is very loyal. Even now when they calling it black male worship and all of this and all that, she is still loyal. Everybody got a right to their own choices. But when it go to the point to where you dehumanizing each other, not caring if they dead or not, which we know the black male bangers do it, the minister minded people do it, but I hadn't heard it until today from the women. Now I had heard it from Cynthia G, but I hadn't heard it from when they was talking about they didn't care about George Floyd, another human being. Like I said, it could have been any color, and I still would have felt bad for him. I still would have wanted to do something for him, because we watched a whole human being be snuffed out in real time in front of our face, and it wasn't even a movie; it was the real deal. You know, and so it's crazy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can't be when she came out. That's right. When she first started, she was speaking against white supremacy. Cynthia was, but like I said, she lost her channel and she had to change her content up. So she started black male bashing. You know, yeah, she lost the whole channel behind it. It says father of man. This is and so yeah. But anyway, uh, another way, like I said, got us going at each other, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, got us dehumanizing each other. And I'm talking about biology. And another thing that they're doing is they're promoting these interracial relationships. Right now, you got a right to be with whoever you want to be with. If you want to be with a non-black person, and you are a black person, that is absolutely your right. I was saying the other day, just be careful, because you got a lot of women losing their lives, because they get on here and they romanticize these types of relationships, but you have to ask yourself, black woman, are you being fetishized? Are they making a fetish out of you? Or are they needing you for their race to continue, right? Because they know if they can snatch you up and get you pregnant, that is one way they can further their race, right? Because they are a genetic mutation of you. Whether you know it or not, they know it. And they always have an agenda, but they're hoping those babies will go to their side. And more than likely, if the father is gonna raise them, then yeah, that's what's gonna happen. hmm hmm So that's gonna be another number or two for them. That's how they saying it. It don't make no sense. But so yeah, I don't understand. So you just have to be real careful. But I was going down my what going not going down my timeline, I be seeing stuff like this. Is it the last? I be seeing stuff like that. Now why? Now these and this was on some there's a there's whole channels dedicated to interracial relationships and all this and all that. But my thing, why is it so always this type of scene right here? Why is it that seems fetishized? That don't seem fetishized and sexualized to y'all? Because that's what it seem like to me, you know. But like I said, to each his own. They feel like they need you to carry on their race, and that's what I mean biology. And as far as the black men, they procreate with these Anglo women, and these non-black women, should I say? It's just Anglo, and that's benefiting them as well. Why is somebody calling me on my phone? They're gonna have to call me back, y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna have to get my. Let me cut this off. Somebody hit the one if y'all can hear me, okay? Because I don't have nobody on the panel, so I don't have to get the sound back in if it's in. If y'all can hear me, let me know. Somebody let me know, okay? Cause somebody call me on the phone, child. I don't even understand why they always doing it. I just left. Dang. And black man, I read that. Can y'all hear me? You can hear me. Thank you, chosen queen. Thank you. So anyway, I don't understand why it's always got to be this type of scene right here. A lot of people, it's a whole romantic notion and all of this and all that. In the first place, no relationship is a Disney fairy tale. You know, that's just how I see it. And but it's just a lot. It's a lot to deal with. So you got the biology. They taking they taking your egg. They taking that black man's sperm. They're doing anything they can do to keep their numbers up, right? That's what they're doing, and black folks don't even realize it, right? Black folk, do you really think that they are on you like that just because they love you after all of this time? I'm just wondering. Is that really your knight of shining armor, or is he just after your eggs, right? And they got real bad. This one, and y'all, hold on, let me read this. I won't act like black men. No, black men been doing it. I just said that. Are you listening to me, Free? I don't know. As a win, black men go outside their race more than absolutely, absolutely. Are you not listening? I think you're thinking I'm just speaking out against black women interracial dating. I didn't have time to find a picture of a black man with a non-black woman. That's all. But I'm talking about a biology when it comes to the system of white supremacy racism. Lala says, I'm married, but if I weren't, I'm just not attracted to white men. I'm not either. The only reason you would procreate with a group of people that's high race or not taking care of their children, right, could only be genetics. Absolutely, I agree with that. I agree with you 100. Even though my mother is white, and Indian, I am my father's seed, and I love only black men. Well, see, here's the thing, and the reason why they won't they don't, because they know there's strength in numbers, right? They don't want you to procreate with your own because you strengthen your numbers. They don't mind single mothers because the strongest thing in the world is a strong black family unit, right? They don't want you doing that. And then you got the men, a lot of men so screwed up, you ain't got to worry about them being in your home anyway, what they call it, pump and dump. You can end up with a baby, that you taking care of all by yourself. But that's fine with them because you ain't making a family. I just want people to realize what the world is going on. It's about biology. So you got all this propaganda, like I said, in the media right now. You got all these women, like Tika Sumter and Gabby Sitter-Bay, and who else I see? Um, I seen somebody else, a black woman. She has a daughter, so she thinks that's safe to. Hey, Woman Sphere, because Woman Sphere, didn't you saw a picture of her or something like that, or was or did I misquote you on it? Because like I said, I saw your video, um, the one you did before this one you just got off of, about when she was saying abort the black male babies and stuff like that, and I was talking about that in this video. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, Woman Sphere. Hold on a minute. But yeah, so when it comes to biology, that is how they're trying to dominate. Let me I'm copying it right now. That is how they're trying to dominate, and they really, so you think, because you divided and these men, these fools are screwed up right now. Everybody banging on everybody, all of this and all that. We know that when it comes to YouTube, it's just a microcosm of what's really going on in the world. Because it's really happened. We aren't procreating. With our natural counterparts, we are, doing it with them. So that's increasing their numbers, right? And that's what they want you to do. And so for that reason, you working for the system of white supremacy racism. You doing the work for them because you up in their numbers when it comes to the birth rate. Uh-huh. And so yeah, I'm waiting for woman's spirit to come up here, y'all. So, but like I guess it's, I don't know. If that's their final frontier or not when it comes to biology. But and then they call us non-producers, right? So you really got to think, if they call black people's non-producers, and they want to replace us, with the Hispanics when it comes to the workforce, and so you got to think to yourself, well, why are they still even dealing, um why ain't no women still fooling with these men? You know, God, dog, I'm gonna have to get off of here in a minute because I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I dropped the link, woman's first. She come up here and say what she got to say, then I'm gonna have to go because I don't know what's going on. Woman's first, you have what she as a child. But if y'all can still hear me, yeah. I guess I don't know, but that's what's going on when it comes to biology. So when it comes to the system of white supremacy racism, they have that, what they we know that they still kill and destroy, on so many levels. You got so many attacks going on in this community at one point in time. It's become second nature to black people to do the attacking for them. But my issue was today, like I said, you should never allow yourself to be dehumanized. That's not cool. You know, ain't nothing wrong with feeling for another human being. But I heard a lot of hurt, and a lot of anger coming from women, and I mean, and it's coming from a place offline. I don't think it's coming from, you know because don't nobody care about this, that those minister minded men. I hope y'all don't anyway. But I think it's coming from, something that maybe happened in your life, and so yeah, that's how I feel about it. Mm-hmm. If she hasn't told her whose business is that, why she doing it? Um, the public lie. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, that's why I said allegedly. I don't want to be lying on a woman. I don't know what she doing now, but you know, there are some things that we do know. Mm-hmm. Have done research, but it is a theory, or maybe a conspiracy theory that white people need melanin to survive. Well, I know that they are wanting to, I feel like they are trying to regenerate their numbers, um via using, you know melanated people. And so, yeah, that's how I feel about it. I guess woman ain't coming up here, y'all, but I'm gonna get off here if she ain't coming up here because I got to see what the wheels going on. I got 2 phone calls. If y'all can still hear me, I hope y'all can still hear me. But I just really want to let y'all know a little bit of the backstory as to why when I'm coming on here and I'm saying certain things, there's a reason behind it. I'm not just saying them, off the top of my head. There's a reason behind that. And as far as individual people, I don't have time to think about them like that because a lot of people, a lot of them, think about us individually, but I simply don't have time. So maybe this is her right here. Hold on. And if it's her, I'm gonna have to get my sound back in. Oh, there's 2 people. Hold on, y'all. Let me do this first. Hold on. Let me try to get my sound back in and put and put my thing up. Shoot. Lord, I'm hitting the wrong buttons again. Y'all done made me nervous. Y'all done made me nervous. Hold on. Let me see what's going on. Calm down. Hold on. Okay. Hope y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me, hit the 1. I'm going to put this thing up here so we can invite our guests up here. And is that you, Womansphere? Womansphere? Shoot, I bet I got my sound in. Womansphere, is that you? Shoot. Let me try to get Koja here because I think my sound is still out. Koja, is that you? Y'all go ahead and talk. I'm going to try to get my sound back in. My sound is not in. Hold on. If you just drop the link. Y'all hear me? Hello?
Olivia, I can hear
Yes,
you,
can y'all hear
Olivia.
me now?
I can hear you somewhat like you Borgen. Am I clear?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. I think it's
Oh,
me.
now I hear you. I hear you now.
Womansphere, is that you?
Yeah, my sound was low too. I had to drop down and come back in. It's better now though.
Okay, I think, child, maybe a stream, y'all. Anyway, how y'all doing?
Good. I wanted to come up because I see Cynthia over there with her bitch ass and trying to do fucking damage control from
Yeah,
what
yeah,
the
I
video
talked
did.
about that, girl. I talked about that at the first little thing I said. I heard your video, earlier today, and now Cynthia got a video scheduled tomorrow. Is Cynthia G a eugenicist? Yeah, bitch, you are.
And you know what? And that bitch is trying to put it on black men like she always try and fucking do. No, bitch, this is on your hateful asshole. And I got receipts, bitch.
Mm,
And I'm dropping them. So
mm,
I walked you right into what I wanted to walk you into, girl. Fox Soul subscribed to me a week ago, bitch. They watching
ooh.
everything I'm doing, ho. And I'm about
She
to
trying
show
to,
everything about you niggas. Everything.
woman's for she trying to save herself, ain't she?
Yeah, she is.
I thought so. I thought so. Ooh.
But it ain't about the work because Fox Soul subscribed. And that's why that bitch is hot and heavy. And bitch, I'm about to turn
Ooh.
up on your ass, bitch. Because I got all the screenshots of you saying abort black male babies. Me and Deacons of Defense, we got the audio. Me and Suge, we got the audio. We got everything we need, ho.
But
Like,
woman,
what the fuck?
did you say that was going around hashtag abort black
Abort
male
black male.
babies?
I got audio of fucking Taz saying fuck black babies.
Wow,
Period.
and he got kids.
It's over with for y'all. It's over with. You fucked with the right bitch. It's over with for y'all. I ain't letting up. I'm
Girl.
watching and I'm lurking. I'm not letting up. Period.
Damn,
I
woman,
don't care what nobody got to say. You can unsubscribe. I'm not letting up.
man, that's checkmate right there. They ain't gonna let her back on Fox Soul and say that stuff like that. But
That's
like
why
you
that
said,
bitch
she
trying to
trying to do
clean it
damage
up.
control.
That's why
Yeah,
that
she
bitch
trying
over
to
there
clean
like, let
it
me
up.
clean this shit up.
Yeah, it's
Cause I
Cynthia G as
hashtag
you
Fox
Genesis.
Soul in that video, like, oh, y'all subscribe to me? They subscribed to me when I was showing the pictures of her being an escort.
Oh
They
no, for real?
yes. They subscribed. It was like Fox Soul subscription in my notifications. I'm like, whoa, wait.
I remember those pictures years ago. Woman
Yep.
swimming every swim. Ooh.
Girl, it's about to get hot. Girl, listen. And I ain't letting up off her motherfucking ass because, bitch, you did say abort black male babies. Don't try to backpedal now. That's what you said. That's what you said.
That's what she get for trying to use the Kendall St. Charles content.
Yep. And Kendall, hey, listen, don't sleep on it because Kendall was ready to jump off the porch on you, Cynthia, and say, and clear up how she said it. She got the receipts, bitch. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Oh, she don't want Kendall St. Charles on.
She don't want that work. That's why we just about to lay low, watch her little video, see how she try and clean her little ass up. Bitch, you can't clean yourself up, cornball. You're a woman that does not stand in your truth. So you can't even be honest about nothing you think and feel. It ain't even your real thinking feels. Because you still fucking black men. You only fucked Rob 4 times and got pregnant and got a baby. What the fuck? Who does that?
A whole breeder.
Rob, I would have got twins and a triplet. He would have 4 children by now. These ovaries is working very well. I had 3 children in a little over a year. So these ovaries was working because my ancestors was eating their yams and we was producing, and that's why these
got
white
kids
women
by a man they only fucked 4 times. Any one of my baby daddies, I don't fucked 1,000 times.
I'm just joking.
Can you tell me that she left Seattle and came down south for that Negro?
Went from Seattle, Washington to North Carolina to live in an apartment building around the corner from the motherfucker. He would not even let her live with him when she was pregnant. He didn't fuck her not one time while she was pregnant. And she ain't got no pussy because I saw the pictures of the bitch. The bitch pussy is low tier. It's really, her top is dropped.
But
don't even see a camel top.
When one of his baby mamas started speaking out about that, I wish I would have saved that video. I think it was his first.
I can't remember her name. I would have to find out from Cheryl. I would have to find out from Cheryl.
I can't believe whatchamacallit ain't got that video. Somebody got that.
Cheryl's still in the picture, so no worries.
Okay.
But and then the thing is this. The funny part is his baby mamas came out and validated him like, yeah, well, he do got several baby mamas, but he look out for us. He own his own house. He own his own trucking company. He's a good man. He got a 4-bedroom house. He lived there by himself. So all his kids got rooms in his house. So Cynthia was just trying to, I don't know what Cynthia was trying to do, but he did not want the baby. It's text messages. I have the Twitter link from Cheryl where she posted everything. I have the ultrasound photos of the baby. Like I done heard the little girl in the background. It's a little girl. I know her name and everything. This bitch is a liar. If anybody is about eugenics, it's you, bitch. You hate black children. You hate your own daughter. You won't even claim her. The fuck?
Yeah. Well, I remember that baby mama coming out. I said she remember it too. I remember that video, but like you said, I can't remember her name either. And I wish I would have recorded that video when all that was going on back then.
No, her name's Cheryl. I got the link. I can give it to you in the private chat.
Yes. Oh, so she got the video?
No, Cheryl put on Twitter everything, all that stuff we seen came from Twitter.
With the ultrasounds.
Yes, Cheryl's the one who outed her.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember the ultrasounds and the text messages was out and everything.
What Rob saying he did not want the baby. He wanted her to have an abortion because he had only been with her 4 times. And she flew herself out. She paid for herself to get flued out. So he looking like, I don't really want to have a baby by a girl that I ain't really fucking with like that. She said, fuck it. I'm doing it anyway.
Here's the thing, free as the wind. What Cynthia said was if you get pregnant and you find out that you having a black male child, you should abort it. She won't now. I guess it's okay.
And see, that's the problem. That's the problem, y'all. That is not abortion. Because people get assaulted, they have abortions. People have health issues, that
Right.
have an abortion. People may not just want a child, period. It ain't got nothing to
Yeah.
do with the gender.
That's
They just
called genocide.
yes,
That is called
yes. It's
genocide. They
like
just put
plotting on black
genocide.
male babies is
Yeah.
genocide. That's
It's
some
called
Hitler shit.
genocide.
Mm,
It's called genocide. That is exactly what it is. That's
yeah.
I ain't
exactly.
police and nobody reason why they had abortion, but I know God got a sense of humor. I had abortion and he gave me twins. So you ain't gonna tell me God ain't got a sense of humor and karma. But I'm gonna say this.
This,
I think
hmm
it's important for the black race to go on. And for my women that are approaching the age, and I've always stood on this, if you're approaching the age where you may not be able to have babies safely, I'm going to say, if you're financially stable, you can always become a wife, but you cannot always become a mother.
I know
And I'm
that's
going to say, even if these men acting
true.
a fool and an asshole, sperm banks exist for more than the LGBTQ. And I think the black race needs to go on. And if these knuckleheads is in timeout and you are financially secure and you're conflicted because you don't want the stigma of being a baby mama and you're financially secure, you can utilize a sperm bank. And people say, well, how are you going to pay for it? It's $20,000. Bitch, we paid $20,000 for a used car. And I know I personally volunteered to have a baby for my friend because these tubes works good over here. The Eve gene, I mean, the Sarah gene
Let
don't
me answer this
reside over here.
question. Let me answer this
And
question, Shannon. Shannon Lee Bryant said it's important to keep birthing men that's killing us. See, that's not the
I ain't
issue
say
here.
birthing me.
Let me answer her question because you must have came in late for my video when I don't know if you read the title, but the title of what I'm talking about is now we done got sidetracked a little bit, but what I'm talking about is when you go to talking about stuff like eugenics, which is genocide, and you go to talking about you don't care about a man being kneed to death in front of the world. You don't care about stuff like that because it's a black man and you are a black woman. You are telling the whole world that it's okay to kill not only that black man, but to also kill you. Okay, because you are doing the work of white supremacy racism. You are doing exactly what white supremacy racism wants you to do. They don't have to advocate for killing you because you're doing it your own self. And that's what I'm talking about, moreover. And when you get somebody saying abort black male babies, you're not talking about just these black men that's killing us. Because if you are the mother, you have a choice in how you raise your child in the first place. You are talking about genocide. You are talking about genocide of your own damn people. And when you get so fickle in the world to where you want to dehumanize, you have become to desensitize to death, you need to check yourself. You need to check your soul. You need to check your spirit. That's what I'm talking about.
And that's what I was saying in my. I said the
I'm,
same thing. I said the same thing, sis, in my video. I said that shit was disturbing. It's
Yeah,
like I ain't about to
I'm
sit
not.
up and talk to no woman and have a whole funky foot felon black
right,
man,
right.
6'6", coming behind you, Taz
And
exclusives.
I said, and she said,
Mm,
Southern said, these niggas been hollering F the kid. Absolutely, it's not about that. You keep focusing on just the man. I'm talking about the bigger issue. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And sometimes I'm assuming that y'all are young, and the public school system has done a disservice to a whole lot of people. Okay, because when you start to normalize genocide of your own people, you need to read a book or two. You need to
Okay.
do some research, okay? Because you're talking
Can
about
I
the annihilation of you.
can I say something?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm not telling young women in their 20s to do this. I'm talking to my women at 35, 40 who are fearing
When the
the
southern,
stigma.
if you're well read, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because you've been on. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stop you, Kosher, but you tried to
Go ahead.
sideline the conversation of dehumanization. So since you're
Oh
well
no, no,
read,
no. I
you know
didn't.
exactly. Not you, Coach. I'm talking about this woman in
Okay.
the chat. You know
Okay.
exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about eugenics. It's done before. When you dehumanize a whole race of people, that means they can walk you into a gas chamber. We've seen it done before. We seen it done during World War II. So if
They
you
will make you
dehumanize,
walk yourself
if
into
you
a
help me,
gas
they
chamber.
already call us non-producers, right? They already call us non-producers. Don't you know the only thing that's keeping you alive right now is the fact that you can make babies? And when it comes to the black man and the black woman, the only thing that's keeping you alive right now is your sex organs. That's the only commodity you got left. Because they already calling us non-producers. They already trying to replace us with the Hispanics. Okay, they don't even need us for a workforce anymore because you got all the immigrants coming in and stuff. The only thing that you got left going for you is the fact that you can reproduce. That goes to the black men and the black women, and so that is why the title of my video is what it is. And by the fact that you do not understand the system of white supremacy racism is beyond me, but they absolutely understand what's going on, and they understand what a lot of people are doing. And it's unfortunate if you don't agree, and if it's unfortunate if you not taken the time to research. It's unfortunate if you don't understand the system. It's even unfortunate that you don't understand clearly generational multi-generational trauma. Pandering with your neighbor loving a who is pandering? Candy Cane. Because see, the thing with black people is they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to talk about chattel slavery. They don't want to talk about the trauma from slavery and Jim Crow and talk about everything that's been done to our people even to this day. You don't want to talk about that. You would rather play the blame game instead of admit to the fact that you are promoting the genocide of your own people. And I'm not fit to do that.
Me either.
I want to say, I'm not telling nobody to be a baby mama or whatever. I'm
I
not
know you're
saying
not
that.
closure. No, and
But
it's still
can I,
it's
can I,
absolutely your choice. It don't even matter if they don't want. Black we
but
was the first and we gonna be the last. It don't matter if this generation don't want to have kids. We was the first and we gonna be the last. We ain't going nowhere. It don't even matter.
and I'm not saying that. I'm saying women, if you want to be mothers, and the only thing stopping you from being mothers and you're approaching the end of your fertility is the stigma of being a baby mama, you may want to visit a sperm bank. I ain't saying you should, but if you're financially stable and you can do that, because you can always become a wife. I done seen old ass Jewish people get married and they 65 years old and 55 years old, but you can
Well,
always
I mean,
become a
they
wife.
can maybe they need to get offline,
I'm
and
saying
get out into the dating pool. You
if
know,
your biggest fear of having a child is because somebody gonna call you a baby mama because you got pregnant from a dusty, go to the sperm bank because you
Now, you
can
know
never
what? And
get
you
that
know
back.
what, Closer? Now, here's the thing about that. I understand what you're saying, but don't you know it's some women like me that can't even have kids? It don't matter if I would have went to a sperm bank or not. I would have been a baby mama. If I could have had one, it wouldn't even have mattered to me. It's women
You know
like
what?
me that can't even have them. I can't even have them. It don't matter where I go. It don't matter. I would never be a baby mama. Wouldn't have been one when I was young. Not because I didn't want to, because I couldn't.
Miss Olivia, I offered to have a baby for my best friend because
Well, my
I had
sister
3 children.
had one for
And
me.
she said no. She said no. I said, girl, you can give me your egg and I will carry it for you because obviously I'm good at carrying
I don't
babies.
even
I
have
didn't
no
know.
eggs to carry. I don't even have no eggs to
Oh,
carry. I don't even have
I'm sorry. But I did. I offered, and she said she wanted a BMW. And to this
that.
day, she don't have kids. But I'm gonna say she is very kind of bitter about not having kids. And
I'm
I
not
told her,
bitter
I
about it
say,
because I was blessed to that my grandmama told me that I was meant to raise a whole lot of children.
and I
That's why
tried
she
to tell
said
her that.
that's what my grandmama told me. But if she didn't tell me that, and a whole lot of other stuff, and because of the career that I chose and the things that I saw and the things that I have done, I really would feel bad about that, but I still, it's
And I don't
still
think
I can
family
raise
is
as many
blood.
kids as I want to. I
I don't.
still couldn't give my husband his seed. You know.
I don't think family is blood. I think sometimes we born with family, and
Mm,
sometimes we would even choose half them motherfuckers. And sometimes
mm.
we have to make our family. And
I
sometimes the
got my
family you
family love
making
me.
children.
My sisters, honey, they had a whole plan, going on, and I wouldn't let them do that. So my sister went and had a baby on her own and gave me Brandy. She gave me Brandy. Anytime I tried to take that baby back, as soon as she came out of her body and she got out the hospital, she gave it to me. You know, and I've raised a lot of children. I've just have never had any. Do you see what I'm saying? And
How the-
so it's a difference. You know, it's a difference. So, like I said, I don't believe. But even with that being said, I don't believe the policing of women's bodies. I don't believe in genocide. I don't believe in that stuff. But I am pro-choice. You know, because I don't believe in dictating to women what they need to do with their body. I don't believe in that. I just wish I could have had at least one. Do you see what I'm saying?
And
And
Miss
so yeah.
Olivia, I wanted to. It was something I thought about today, and I was like, why do we still have? And this is another topic for another day. MRS versus MS. Why? Because men don't have a MRS versus MS. And why are we still clinging on to that to delineate that? Because it creates a hierarchy in a division
I
of
mean,
I
well,
was
yeah,
chosen
right.
and I
It's,
was
it's
not.
still
But
patriarchy, and then
I ain't gonna. I just want you to think about that.
no,
I
no.
just want you to
I
think
was I'm
about that.
gonna give you an answer. I'm gonna give you an answer right now. I ain't even gotta think about it. When it comes to marriage, the way that it is today, I think that it is becoming outdated. Because young people they have a whole different type of mindset. And so I believe that I believe it in its current form is rooted in patriarchy and it's outdated. You know, and
I do
so.
too.
I really do. So I know what you mean by that, but it's rooted in patriarchy when it comes to the MRS and the MS. I get it, but it's rooted
I
in
don't think
patriarchy.
we need it no more. Or we need to
Mhm.
create a category for a man to have an MR and whatever the version of MR and MR is for men is.
Right.
Because we can get our own accounts. Now I understand before it was the reason to say we were owned or
Mhm.
but I think it's out there. I don't think we need it no more. But I just wanted to put that in the atmosphere and stuff. And I ain't gonna keep you and I ain't gonna stand on, but I love your topics and
Okay,
thank you
girl.
for coming through with that. And I'm gonna
Okay.
drop down and let you and Woman
Okay.
Sphere handle this. Hey, Woman
Girl.
Sphere.
All
But
right,
Go
bye,
ahead.
thank you.
Koja. See you, Koja.
All
Thank
right,
you.
I'm gonna see y'all in the clouds, in the
All right.
bushes. Bye bye.
But your woman's 300, you got her on the run. I seen that going down the street. I was like, oh, she
Yeah,
responding to woman's
that's because
spirit.
I hashtag Fox Soul. That's why she she feels some type of way. You know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is, it's the truth, and we got all the receipts, baby. And I wanted her to
Oh,
do exactly what she's doing because
oh,
as soon as she get done, we will air our receipts. Okay.
oh.
So the
That's
show Fox
right.
Soul, we not lying. I got the subscription, boo. It's over with. They watching,
Oh.
baby.
Now that's some tea right there. I seen
Hmm.
it going. Like I said, I seen your stream earlier. I listened to a little bit of it, and then just before I got ready to go live, I seen her what you call it because I screenshot it. Woman's free. Can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see the screen. I'm watching it on my
Girl, it
laptop because
tripped
I'm on
my,
my
my
phone.
my mouth. Let me show it to you, girl. My mouth felt the freak over. I said, "Oh, this heifer trying to do damage control." Here you
Yeah,
go. Right there. There you go. And I
yeah.
put the little question in the corner right there. I said, were they really hashtagging about aborting black babies? I can't hardly read
Mm,
what I said. I put that little thing in the corner right there. But that's her thumbnail right there, except for the little question on the side.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
we
said,
got all the
ooh,
screenshots of when she was doing it in her community wall. She was ending live stream saying hashtag abort black male babies. Taz
ooh,
is recorded as well saying fuck black babies.
wow.
Um, yeah, but we get it all taken care of. But free as the wind says, why did Woman Sphere do that? Because I wanted to, bitch.
What
What you gonna do?
do what? Do what?
Expose her for saying abort black male babies. Now you want to be a part of the crew?
Child.
You want to be a part of
Huh.
the crew that don't like kids?
It's a lot
You
of
so
new people.
mad?
See, here's a problem with you get it's a lot of new subscribers, and they don't
Mm-hmm.
even realize how Cynthia G used to be.
Okay.
What that killed me. Because they done put her up on a pedestal like she a demigod. They don't even understand what she used to be. I just be sitting back chuckling at them. I'm like, Lord have mercy. But okay, y'all.
Okay, yeah, just keep on thinking that first
Mm.
of all, you look real stupid deifying and looking up to a whole nother woman
Yes.
online.
And
Like
she
you
just
just
trying
look
to
real
get
stupid.
she just trying to get a bag. She don't believe half of that shit she said. But she made herself look. She made herself be an eternal hypocrite in my eyes when she went and had a baby allegedly by Robert Perkins, a Dusty. But we saw her flirting online. We know that she moved from all the way across the country for this Negro. But he a Dusty though. He a whole breeder to the point to where his baby mama came online. I'm thinking, oh Lord, but see they wasn't around for all of that. They
Yeah,
wasn't
y'all
around
wasn't
for all of that.
around. Yeah, you need to go somewhere and go lay the fuck down with your following ass.
Yes, you
You a
don't. I
following
wouldn't.
ass bitch. And you
I
would rather follow your ass into a fucking grave, you dummy. Dumb dumb. You would rather follow your ass into a grave with a fake ass bitch with a fucking wig on. That's exactly what a lot of you women would rather do. You would rather follow your ass into a grave with a bitch with a message that she don't even believe, that she plagiarized from other women like me,
Thank you.
like me,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
took my message and ran with it, all while having a baby. She won't even tell you she got a baby, you dumbass. She won't even tell you she got a baby. Like, y'all is the weakest links. Like, I swear to God, when I get done with this bitch, y'all gonna have to be looking in the mirror sad as fuck when I get done with this bitch. Cause I ain't even geared up on her ass. I barely even geared up on Taz and Nyla.
Girl. But I figured she was trying to, just do damage control, like you said, cause of Fox. So, cause has she been back on the show anymore since
Nope,
the last one that she did?
nope,
Because people start
nope.
saying that they was gonna drop down in the comment section, telling them about her, and I'm sure they did left messages and everything.
But see,
So they
this is
got
the
to do
thing. She
damage
thought she
control.
was being safe by
Yeah.
not bringing, because see, that's why Taz and Nyla is so pissed at my ass, because
Mm,
I prevented them from going back on Cynthia's panel. But see, here's the
mm,
thing: bring them up there, bring them up. See, I
mm,
wanted to bring them up, bring them
mm,
up, bring them
mm,
up there, so then we can show. Hey, Foxo, see who she affiliates with: an 11-time domestic violence abuser
mm,
and a
mm,
black woman with two lawsuits against her in Broward County and in Illinois from black women that she met on YouTube.
mm, mm.
Bring her up there. Bring her. I want you to. We got the
Child.
producers' emails, girl. Bring them up
Mhm.
there. The gloves is off when it comes to y'all. Like, I don't give a fuck how foul I look to people. I don't care if nobody trusts me after this. I don't give a fuck. YouTube ain't my life. I actually have friends in real life. The fuck? Like, I don't care. Like, y'all gonna be on here talking after I'm long gone. By the time I get done, I don't care. I'm I'm dog. If you have never gotten somebody over $20,000, don't talk to me about what I do when I dog they ass. Don't talk to me. I am going to literally rip them to fucking shreds. And Nyla, you keep it up. Cause I'm gonna be showing a picture of your mama with her bald mouth. Cause everybody around you ain't got no fucking teeth. Keep it up with the subliminals. Cause bitch, you know to be subliminal when it comes to me, bitch. Both of you hoes. Both of y'all. Be real subliminal.
I'm just wondering how she gonna talk herself out of. I'm waiting. I don't even listen to her no more, but I'm listening to that video tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie, cause I want to see. I want to see how she gonna talk her way out of it. Woman, for real, like I really
She
do.
gonna blame it on black men. I already see
Mm,
what angle she going. She weak. She ain't got no real intellect. That bitch ain't got no real
she
man.
really
That bitch
don't.
Google everything.
She really don't. And people really think I'm not even gonna go there. I'm
You go
not even
there.
gonna go there. But yeah, you're right. I believe you. I agree. Anyway, I agree. I
That
agree.
bitch ain't smart. That bitch is not smart. She Googles everything. And for the people saying, oh, when Woman Sphere first started, she said she wasn't going to fuck with Cynthia. I did, and I wasn't going to fuck with her. But you know what made me fuck with her? Country girl. What made me fuck with her is because she shared a video of that nigga Taz saying, I'm going to make Woman Sphere cry some more. Now, who going to be crying in the end is going to be and you and your baby shark teeth bitch, your toothless ass, your mama's disorderly conduct ass, fucking Cynthia's crackhead ass daddy, and everybody else. Y'all gonna be crying, not me. Because once I decide to go in, I no longer care. I'm not her. Like, I don't care about what people think. People can unsubscribe, they can go away, they can talk about me. I don't give a fuck.
Girl, they don't know the background on that chick, man. I mean, like all that stuff she said out of her own mouth, just it's a lot. It's a lot, but okay, all right. Like I said, it's a good thing people be that. What they do is they know they're gonna lose people, but they know soon as it be a turnover. It's a high turnover. Like you got a job with a high turnover rate. Everybody always quitting, but they ain't worried about it because somebody else gonna come in and fill the position for a little while. And so they just be waiting for the people to roll back over, child.
But see, when you come on YouTube and you ain't yourself, you in fear of people like me and you. You in fear.
Yeah, I agree.
But see, when you yourself and you like, I don't get embarrassed. I don't get embarrassed. You can put my granny on here. I'm be like, she look good, and bitch.
Me either. It's YouTube. I don't know nobody personally. None of these people is in my world. None of them. So I get it. I get it.
It's like, girl, when you bump into somebody that truly do not give a fuck, then you met your match. When you bump into them people that's trying to keep it cute and be nice, nasty, then you can play game. You can play those reindeer games, but you can't play them with reindeer games with me, Cynthia, Nyla, Taz. You can't play them with me. You can't. You can't. And I got all the receipts. Like, you can't play them with me.
You said you can't. You can't.
Girl, you can't. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't even get embarrassed. Like, it's like, girl, they could come on here. Girl, they could come on here and show the worst of the worst. They can show my kids. I wouldn't give a fuck. All I'm gonna do is show their kids. We can go toe to toe. Toe to toe.
Don't give a fuck. I don't even understand why people don't realize that about YouTube. If you're gonna be out here, these sections, they be so wild. You can't give a fuck. Because if you're getting your feelings, you give a fuck. It's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a problem. You're gonna be somewhere in the corner crying, like Nyla ass used to be, and on the phone with me, like, I'm so sick of these people on YouTube. Well, I know you somewhere crying over me, bitch, because bitch, I've been banging on your head, high top wig wearing asshole.
You bitch. Got that bitch doing the video the more. I said, oh shit, go Woman Sphere.
I knew that bitch was gonna do that because I straight every video I do now.
I did not know Woman Sphere. No, I did not expect that from not Cynthia G. She coming off her pedestal to respond to you, girl.
Girl, every video from now on, now that I've been knew the bitch was triggered, but every video from now on gonna be hashtag Fox Soul, hashtag Cynthia G. I don't give a fuck. I could be talking about teeth. It's gonna be hashtag Cynthia G, hashtag Fox Soul.
Oh my God. I can't believe it. That just brought out the petty in me, child. I was like, no.
And then we got all the receipts. We just laughing. Me, Dingus of Defense, Suge, everybody, all of us. It's a whole crew. We just laughing at y'all because the receipts we got, Fox Soul gonna be eating it up. They're gonna be like, oh no, we can't deal with that bitch. Okay. Good luck, Cynthia. You thought your career was taking off.
That's what she thought, girl. That's what she thought.
That's what she thought.
Did that. Yes, she did.
Bitch, no, you done plagiarized all these black women in the space. You done even plagiarized Miss Olivia. You done plagiarized Pink Pill. You done plagiarized me. You done plagiarized JV Dessalines. You done plagiarized everybody, girl. You thought I was about to let you just slip on through the cracks, knowing what I know about you?
Oh, no, you done got her where it hurt, though. I ain't gonna lie.
bitch.
y'all know woman's friend that gotta wear hurt. Now come on, y'all gotta give me that.
Girl, we like
That's some
Carrie
big
over
sexy
here.
shit right there. I was like, oh my God, what not the great mighty Cynthia G responding to woman's friend. What? Could it be?
Girl, we like Carrie. They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh. They're all gonna laugh at you, bitch, by the time I'm done with you, bitch. And the ink and the stamp is gonna be you without that wig. That's gonna be my
Oh damn, I
fucking
forgot about
major
that.
mic
That ain't
drop.
shit though, woman's friend. It tripped me out. When I had forgot about them old escort photos. Girl, you popped them photos up on the stream. I was like, oh damn, that was years ago. I forgot all about
She
that
was a
shit.
model though. She was a model.
Yeah, let her tell her she was a model. Okay, girl. All
For
right.
what company? For what company,
With that
Cynthia? What
BDSM
company?
collar. With that BDSM collar around her neck. That's what that black thing was around her
And,
neck.
and with letters on there that said, "Do you wear a condom too?" Who you
Mm.
asking, Cynthia? Who you
Girl.
asking? Do they wear a condom? Who
Mm,
you asking?
mm, mm, mm,
White men? Because that's who you said you
mm.
was getting money from.
You
And you
sure
was in
did.
Seattle, Washington. So that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't no
Did
fucking
you
dummy.
did you hear that time she was talking about a long time ago how she would get the man, he would take her out, but she would get her sister and take her to the mall and he would go spend money on her and her sister and she
Mhm.
still wouldn't do nothing with him and all of this her and all of that there. And I was like, okay, all right.
Right,
I see why
right.
you got that collar around your neck, girl. Okay.
Right, lying ass bitch. And then look at masculine as fucking some feminine ass pics. Sitting there with your legs open, sitting like you sitting on a park bench. It's like, girl, close your legs, look seductive, take a photo properly.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Girl, looking
Hey,
like a
bro.
girl. I can't. I can't.
Yeah, but you did that. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the hell she say. I was like, ooh, ooh. But yeah, I mentioned it at the top of the video. I was like, oh Lord, this a petty moment right here. If I get in good with my subject, I gotta mention this. I said, woman spirit, I got her to respond.
That bitch been responding subliminally talking about some she Beyonce and she ain't bothered. Bitch, you bothered than a
You know she
motherfucker.
bothered.
Hoe.
Oh, bitch, you lied, Cynthia, bitch. You bothered. You bothered, ho. You bothered. If you doing a whole video about eugenics, you bothered, honey. You bothered. Oh yes.
And we gonna break that down, bitch. We gonna break down that eugenics, hoe. We gonna break that down. Let you go ahead and throw your little weak shots, cause they ain't packing no power, bitch. You ain't got no divine feminine energy, bitch. You ain't
No.
got what we got, hoe. You ain't got it. You a fake carbon copy,
That's
bitch.
all she is. That's all she is. But I just can't believe that after all these years, it's done took woman for to call her motherfucking ass to the carpet. I was I was like, oh shit.
And don't make like bitch, please. I know your daughter name. I know everything, bitch. I know Robert Perkins' address. Bitch, I know everything, bitch. You
Nah.
don't really want the work. You don't want the work. And Nyla, bitch, you better not say a goddamn thing or your son's address will be in my community wall, bitch.
Oh,
You better go sit your ass down somewhere and shut the fuck up with that
child.
toothless ass nigga you got over there. That's
Okay.
always jumping off the porch to defend Cynthia. Do he defend you, bitch?
Okay. Oh, is he
He
trying
don't
to
let
tell
me
your shit
defend
then?
Nyla. Say something about Cynthia. Here that nigga come.
Damn.
Is they fucking and all?
Damn.
Like Uncle Suge said, is that Taz, baby?
Woo! Oh, wait a minute.
Girl, that's what Uncle Suge said.
Oh shit! I didn't think about that shit. Anything could be. You know, she loved the Dusties. The version
Okay.
when she's speaking again, she loved to lay up with the Dusties, and I think she is fixated on Taz. As a matter of fact, since we're talking about it, she'll forget Nyla. She want to
Do
get the
y'all
Taz.
do you remember how she used to be when Taz would come on the panel? She'd be like, Taz, you is
Uh-huh.
so funny.
Uh-huh. Sure do. Sure
Oh
do.
man with
And
no
she
teeth
loves it
funny.
when they be over there. The eagle and the goat. The eagle and the goat. Oh, she loves that shit, honey.
Loves it. And it's
Love
like we all sitting there looking like with
what?
the screwed up face, like what the
It's,
fuck is
I used to
going
be
on?
woman's fair. I used to have a screwed up face a lot. The exchanges between the two. And Nyla just be like on the side, like ain't nobody even paying attention to her.
Well, when you come online in a polygamy group for Nature Boy, you would not say anything. You know,
Oh,
you're the woman that's asking for titty pictures. Like that woman said to me, I'm gonna need to see a picture of them titties. To
you
me,
know that's a whole nigga. I told you she
that's
was
a
trying to
nigga.
holler at you. She was
That's a
trying to
nigga.
holler at you. She wanted to
Yes,
fill you up. It's a whole
yes.
nigga. Looking like what's his name on What's Love Got to Do with It? With that goddamn bang wig you showed on her. What was his name? The What's Love Got to Do with It guy.
What's love got to do with it, guy? Uh,
Tina Turner's husband.
oh, I know who you talking about. The one
That's
that was
what the fuck
fighting
she.
with the cake,
Yeah, yeah. Eat the cake, Anime. Eat the cake.
high
That's
top
what.
wig.
Yeah. That's what the
Mm-hmm.
fuck she look like in that damn wig with that with that bang in it, whatever his name is. I can't think of his name right now. But I was like, ooh, that's a whole nigga with a bang. Look at it.
That's
Yeah,
a
Ike
nigga.
Turner, looking like Ike
That
Turner. Thank you, Cloud. Bitch up there looking like Ike Turner want titty pics from another woman.
Yeah,
Girl,
thanks, Paul. That's a whole. Nyla is a whole nigga. When
the fuck
she
you
met JV for the first time, JV was so fucking scared
mm,
that
mm,
she did a FaceTime with
child.
Cass to let her see, like, hey, they on their way to you. I just need to let you know these
Mm,
motherfuckers don't look like what you think they look like. She said she said Nyla looked like she beat bitches' asses. Nyla got broad shoulders. Her
damn.
her her limbs is past her knuckles, like past her kneecaps. I mean, like
Mm, mm,
Nyla is she put in that work, y'all. It ain't y'all need to stop feeling
mm.
sorry for her, like assuming that Taz is just beating her ass. Taz
Now
domestic
they
violence charges
having fights. They
stopped.
going toe to toe, blow for blow, pound for pound,
Yes,
round
it's
for round.
it's it's
That's what they
mutual
doing.
combat. Like
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, the violence stopped in 2012 when he met Nyla. That was his last domestic violence charge, and he had 11 of them. It
Damn.
stopped when he met Nyla.
Mm-mm.
Nyla,
Now it look like
listen,
she be throwing them blows. She got some big ass hands, like you can slap him across the room or some shit. You know what I
Nyla don't play. Nyla don't play.
mean?
I was on the phone with this girl, and she was beating on the hotel door. You know how strong hotel doors is.
Right, right.
That bitch, she was like, let me put the phone down. Put the phone down. She like, don't hang up. Cause I was like, I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna call you back. Cause you know how it is when two people fighting and you
Yeah.
don't want to be involved. When couples is arguing, you be like, oh, I'm just going head on. No, she was like, hold on. Don't
Ooh.
hang up. I'm
Mm.
like, all right. And so I'm sitting there all uncomfortable and shit. I'm hearing the door being blocked, like banged on. And I'm like, you at a hotel, them doors on the Vegas
Uh,
Strip. I
wait a
done been
minute,
on.
freezer. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. A woman's with freezer. We know you ain't blocked because I can see you. You said, Miss O, am I blocked? And you laughed. If I can see you, that means who will block you? No, you're not blocked. That don't make no sense. And Jasmine Virgo, the Woman's Sphere channel is her channel name is the Woman's Sphere podcast or Talk to Me Nice podcast, right? Woman's Sphere, am I right?
That's my channels. Yeah.
The Woman's Sphere podcast, and the Talk to Me Nice podcast. Aries Queen got it in the thing right there, Jasmine.
All right, thank you, Aaron. But girl, she was beating on that door so hard. I was sitting on that phone like, what the fuck? How do you make a hotel door on a Vegas Strip rattle?
Damn,
How? Like
that's a big
she
ass nigga.
and he was on the other side. I could hear his voice. It was like muffled. He was
Mm.
like, he was like, I don't want to fight no more. I don't want to fight no more, Nicole. Leave me
Scared.
alone. And she was like, let me in. You keep locking me out. I'm sick of this shit. And he
Oh,
was like, I'm locking you out because you keep trying to fight me. I don't want to fight. And I'm looking like, y'all don't even know, man. He met his match in her. He was
got
beating
the
ass
crowd,
for
got the
years.
crowd.
He was beating
Damn,
ass for years. And
not
then
no
he met
more.
her.
Not
Now he
no
getting
more.
his now he got it. Now he got it. I ain't even mad.
I ain't mad at him either. I ain't mad at her for beating his ass though. I ain't even gonna lie.
Me either. Me either. Me either. Me
Best
either.
friend beat him.
Girl, one time I was talking to the chick. She beat his ass so bad he got another hotel room for a whole week. She gave him a
Damn.
black eye. She was like, Taz got a black eye because we was fighting. And
Ooh.
I told him he got to get another room because I don't feel like being bothered. Because I was like, she was calling me all day, every day. I'm like, why you like, I was like, girl, what's going on with you? What's going on with y'all? She was like, girl, Taz got a black eye because we was fighting. He in another whole room, girl. And I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh,
whole
wait.
room. She beat that nigga ass, gave that nigga a black eye, put him in a whole nother room. That girl ain't nobody's fucking victim. That girl's a whole nigga.
Hell no, she ain't no victim. That's the man in that relationship. You can tell. The hell? You can tell. Child, that one picture you be showing her with them house shoes on, with them long ass hands. I be like, I bet she be choking his ass.
Choking him out, slam dunking him. And that's why I'm saying, like, Cass was like, he was sitting on the steps crying, like, man, I'm just tired of fighting, man. She said he was shoulder shaking. I said, girl, I already know. I used to
Weak
be on
ass
the phone
nigga.
with her. She would call me all the time.
Weak ass nigga. I bet he bet her. Now he got to get his ass whooped, but that's what he get though. I don't feel sorry for him, just like you
But you
know.
know what? He one of them niggas that respect the beating. That's the
Mm.
crazy thing. A lot of
Hey,
men respect the beating, y'all. They do.
mm.
When you buck up against them and you show them that you serious, for some reason they respect it. And
Child.
he's one of them. He like
Mm.
being beat. He probably like being beat. He
He
the docile
probably-
one in a relationship, because Nyla be having strap-ons and all types of stuff. So it ain't no telling what she be doing to that nigga. It ain't
You
no
know
telling.
that what was that thing you showed that podcast that he had?
Yeah,
I
the
believe.
anal sex,
Yeah.
self-confidence in politics.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. So like you said, he loved me. He the girl in the relationship. That's a whole nigga Nyla is. You can
Right.
tell.
Just
The hell.
imagine bending over a 6'6" man with no teeth. Oof,
Oh
child. The
my
visual.
god! Oh my god! I don't need that visual in my life.
I had to.
Oh my god! That is not cool. Bend him over the couch in the hotel
Yes,
room.
girl, he tall as fuck. Like, how you bend over a 6'6" nigga? Like, how?
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
Just thought of it all.
With no teeth. I mean, he probably is handling her properly because he ain't got no goddamn teeth. Down there.
That's true. That's true.
He ain't got no teeth. Hmm.
Damn. You know he better handle her right if he gonna get beat up.
Right. Oh, he gonna get his ass beat. Exactly. She ain't going. She ain't
Mm-mm.
going. She gonna do whatever the fuck. Nyla is gonna do whatever the fuck she wanna do. Whatever. Nyla got pimped out at 11. You think she got a soul? Soul is
Hell
gone.
no.
It's gone.
Hell no. Just it's a shame that a lot of them women over there, they so it's like they got a cult going on. You know what I mean? And they I mean it's just when you think about it, like for real, when it comes to Taz and Nyla and Cynthia G too, but especially Taz and Nyla because that whole grifters around here. Everybody know they homeless. That ain't even
Well,
nothing new.
Cynthia's story is her father was a crackhead and abused the whole family.
Yeah,
So
I
abused
remember.
the whole family how?
Yeah, I remember her saying that years ago.
Oh.
I remember when she said her daddy would come pick her up in the car and take her off, and all of this and all of that, and you know what I mean. And yeah, it's a lot. I remember she said she didn't go to school till she was in the third grade, and all of this and all of that. I remember all that stuff she used to say. So like she
Mm-hmm.
totally reinvented herself, like for real.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
she ain't never let go of that same style of wig though. She ain't did that.
Girl, that bang is not going nowhere, child.
That wig ain't
Girl,
going nowhere. Them eyebrows, oh my god, oh my
that
god.
bang ain't going nowhere. And it's funny to me that she don't even know that doing this video, man, says she don't even know the smoke I'm about to give.
Ooh, I can't wait because I'll be sitting up in the clouds watching.
She
Ooh,
don't
that
even
is
know the
gonna
smoke I'm
be
about to
funny.
give. Like, now that she done
Mhm.
jumped off the porch, it's like, man, it's
Did she
almost
jump
like
off
you
the
go to
porch?
somebody's house to fight and they don't come outside, and then they finally come outside.
Yes.
Man,
You done drug her off the porch. I was like, oh shit.
yeah, I'm definitely about to tap that ass. So I
Mhm.
hope you watching, bitch, you bald headed asshole. I'm
Okay,
definitely about to
I
be
put
on
her
your
name in the
motherfucking
title on
ass.
purpose. I put it in the title on purpose because I wanted her to know that I see that woman's finna call your ass to the carpet, bitch, and you get ready to respond. You know, she done knocked you off that damn pedestal. Now you gotta go there. I get a kick out of that. Cause
Hmm.
let her tell her she above all the drama.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Fox Soul emailed that ass because
Ooh,
why you bothered?
ooh,
Because they
ooh,
showed subscribed when I was doing those escort photos. They subscribed when I was live. So that lets you
ooh,
know they been watching. They been
ooh.
watching.
I mean, I'm thinking how does she figure they weren't watching though?
I
You know
don't
what I
know.
mean?
I
Like,
don't
I'm
know.
confused.
I don't know. But I'm telling y'all, I feel no shame, baby. So it's gonna be real. You're gonna be real hard pressed. All you can do is just watch the show. That's really all you can do because you can say, oh, that's wrong. Don't do that to her. I don't give a fuck,
I mean, that's
man.
what they give it all these years. Look, they
I'm
finally
so
met
sick of
the
her. The main thing I'm mad about with Cynthia is the plagiarizing of black women. I'm sick of it. I done
straight up.
seen her steal so many black woman content. Y'all don't even
Mm,
know. Y'all don't even, cause y'all don't be watching. Y'all don't even peep. Like a lot of people don't peep social shit. Y'all
right, right,
just be
right.
around here just
Yeah, they don't do no
boobity-doobity-doobity-doobity.
research or nothing. They don't do no research or nothing. I be in a whole bunch of clouds. You'll never know. I'll drop down and say I'm quiet as a mouse, but I be getting the tea, honey. So I got that tea today. I said, ooh, ooh. So yeah, because that's what she get. But child, let me get off her woman's sphere. I'm in
Okay.
over 2 hours, child. But I can't wait till she respond more. And I'm looking for your response after she respond. I'm getting my whole life because that's what the hell she get. That is all right.
It's all right.
Say
And
it
hopefully
again.
maybe Fox Soul type in the live chat.
Woo! Lord, I'm gonna get the screenshot. Please don't let that. Oh my
All right,
god!
sis.
All right, I'll talk to you later, woman. I can't wait till the bar chat. I'll be in the clouds listening, child.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye, y'all. I'm getting ready to get off of here. I didn't even mean for this to child take 2 hours, but y'all see a lot of y'all is new and y'all don't understand the history, and so it's a lot. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. But on another note, that was my petty right there, cause like I said, y'all don't understand the history when it comes to Nyla Taz and Cynthia G. A lot of people don't understand the backstory, and so that was my petty moment, cause that's what they get. I don't feel sorry for them, and so oh, Esley said I've been around for 6 years. That's why I do know right. You know what I mean? It's a lot. It's a lot. She totally reinvented herself, didn't she? I'm like, oh, okay. This what we're doing now. And Nyla reinvented herself too. She reinvented herself too. And so yeah. But we gonna see. She done called her off the porch. I can't believe she came off the porch for for woman's spirit. I'm giving my whole life. But anyway, I gotta get off here. But I hope y'all taking the consideration some of the other the rest of the conversation that I had about we can't go around here, don't let your soul become, so hard to the point to where you go around dehumanizing and working for the system. I mean, that's not cool to do that. And so that was the like that Cynthia G, that not stuff, that's the petty stuff. But on a for real note, the other stuff that I was talking about, I really meant it, and I hope you guys got something out of it. Because like I said, it's a lot of people that simply don't know what they're doing because they just don't know. And maybe if you knew, you wouldn't be taking it there. You know what I mean? The gender wars is one thing, but you can get to a point to where you are actually being destructive for real, not only to a whole lot of other people but to yourself. You know what I mean? And so that's a dangerous situation. We can't be advocating for our own destruction, y'all, at the end of the day. And that's pretty much what I want to say about that. But like I said, I'm gonna get off here. I didn't even mean to be over here for 2 hours, y'all. But y'all have enjoy the rest of your night. Y'all be safe from this heat. I don't know if it's hot where you at, but it is uber hot around here. On the concrete today. It said that the concrete, you can see the heat, because I live down south and it's a different type of heat down here. You can see the heat, like coming off the concrete, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's like oh Lord, I don't know. It's just a different kind of hot. And maybe it's cause global warming. I don't know what the heck going on, but y'all be safe out there. Stay hydrated, okay? And don't be in that sun, child, if you don't have to. But I'm gonna be on these streets looking, child. I'm gonna be looking. I'll be looking for the tea. I'll be looking for a whole bunch of stuff. Klaus said, it's sad how much dissension we have for each other. Right, right. But not our real enemies. You're right about that, Cloud. You're absolutely right. I talked about that. You are absolutely right. Koja said, this steam be coming. Yeah, be coming off the concrete. Can't you see it, Koja? I seen it today. I was like, whoa, whoa. And so yeah, it was raining there, Jasmine, child. Yeah, they said they had storms. It's some storms going around. Thank you, Patrice. But yeah, y'all, like I said, whether it's storming or whether the heat or whether it's so hot the concrete, the heat coming up off the concrete, y'all be safe. Whatever it is, cause this is a different kind of heat. And like I said, maybe it's because of global warming, but people dying in heat like this. That little bitty sprinkle is just it just makes steam, right, Koja? It make it hotter. When it rain and it's hot and then it stop and it do make steam and it makes it hotter. You right about that, Koja. You right. But like I said, y'all be safe out there. I'm gonna get off of here. Thank you guys for joining me. Please hit the button on the way out if you haven't. Okay. Love you guys. And I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Bye bye. Peace.